Alright, what's going on, everybody? So I finally got some batteries for my camera here, and I thought I'd come out here and make a quick update video on the Vette. I've got quite a bit of progress done on it since the last video, I think. But I've also started several projects within this project that I'm currently working on, so just kind of taking it one step at a time and doing priority. But as you can see here, I started filling in the seams between the rubber bumper and the fiberglass body. I saw this on the internet and I just thought it looked wicked cool, so I wanted to do it on mine. And I just always thought the seam kind of looked a little weird, you know, just right in the middle of the body like that. So what I did is I took some resin and mixed up some fiberglass fibers and taped the seam underneath it and shoved all that fiberglass stuff in there to keep it strong so the putty on top wouldn't crack. And came back over it with some tiger hair, some of that Bondo glass green stuff, smeared that in there, and then started smoothing it with Bondo. It's still got a little bit more work to do, but it's a lot closer. So that's one thing I did. I started doing the front bumpers too. I'll show you those in a second. Another thing I was working on is, I think I mentioned I was going to do some LED lights on the car. So I did get the tail lights and stuff. I'll show you real fast here. So as you can see, I got my angel eye type tail light there. I just thought it would look cool because of the way these taillights are made. They have the, you know, centerpiece of chrome and then the outer ring, you know. So got those, and I eventually want to get them for the insides too. I know these are only reflectors in here, but I'm gonna see how they work. If they don't, the light doesn't shine through the way I want it to, then I might have to modify them and put some kind of like actual lenses in there with the backup light. But got those. Okay, so that's what both of them look from afar. They don't look super bright on camera, but in person, even though it's pretty early in the morning here, they look pretty bright. And at night, they're super bright. So even though they were pretty expensive, I got them from superbrightleds.com. I'm really happy with them. They're bright and exactly what I wanted, so I'm going to order 2 more, like I said, for the insides. And I also have LED taillights that I ordered from them too, or brake lights I should say. So let me turn the hazards on so you can see what they look like. So as you can see, those are really bright too, and not only do they light up the centers, but they also kind of brighten up the outside too. And so that's what the brake lights look like, and also the hazards obviously, and the blinkers. So those are awesome. And I have some of the exact same bulbs for the front blinkers too, but I have to get a load resistor before I can use them, or else the blinker won't blink because it thinks the bulb's blown out. So haven't gotten to that yet, but these look pretty wicked cool. Okay, so the other thing I've started is another job that I thought was going to be smaller than it was, kind of thing. As you can see, I obviously have the hood off the car, and what I'm doing is trying to replace the front seals on the engine here. There was an oil leak that was pretty bad coming from up underneath the very front of the motor here, and I'm pretty sure it's probably the crank seal that's right in the front of the timing chain cover there. But it could be the timing chain cover itself, or it could be the front of the oil pan. So I decided that I needed to fix it because I let the car idle here in the shop for maybe like 5 minutes or so, and it had a pretty big puddle up underneath it. So decided it was time to go ahead and do that. So I didn't mean to tear the thing apart this much, But I ended up taking the radiator out and everything off the front of the motor, you know, the water pump, pulleys, fan, and everything like that. So I've got the radiator over here, and it looks pretty good. It was obviously cooling the motor, but I'm going to go ahead and have it looked at and checked out before I put it back in, just so it doesn't cause any problems later on, you know, since I disturbed it. And see the fan shroud over there. So while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and put a set of timing gears and a timing chain in this motor, because I don't know if it's ever been changed, and although I didn't see any signs of you know, worn chain in there, it's, you know, might as well do it since I'm going to be opening it up anyways. And I think that this car had a nylon toothed cam gear. I believe most of the C3 Vettes had them, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that and put a metal one in there, just so it'll last a little bit longer, hopefully. And I guess that's it for this right now. I'm going to go ahead and ease into this thing and try to see if I can get that crank pulley off of there, and see what kind of pullers I'm going to need for the harmonic balancer and stuff like that. And I'll get everything off and paint everything up, clean it, and get the gaskets and start putting everything back together. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching, guys. I forgot to show you this part here. You see I got one bumper, or one side of the bumper I should say, done on the top, and it just looks wicked cool. Real smooth and sharp, and it just kind of helps define the awesome fixed headlights there. Kind of creates more of that Mako Shark look, like the original concept car or the Stingray look, especially with my bumper things down here that I did. So I still got to work on this side a little bit, and obviously that side, but it's coming along nicely, and I think that's going to be a nice addition to this car.